Hello, Oilers fans. Austin here with the pregame report between the Edmonton Oilers and the Anaheim Ducks. Thank God we are finally put out of our misery of watching the Team Canada World Junior team coached by Dave Cameron. Goodness gracious, I feel for those kids. Try not to have any vitriol towards the kids who are on that Team Canada roster. Direct your grievances at the coaching staff and at Hockey Canada for putting together a very lackluster roster. And Dave Cameron as a head coach, absolutely brutal decision-making. Decided to just keep his players off the ice every single day for some reason. Discipline was an issue. Obviously, this is not a World Juniors recap, but I did want to mention it because I know a lot of you probably watched that game last night against Czechia, and I wanted to kind of just give my thoughts on that. Also, try and leave Jim Matheson alone on Twitter today. He's been telling people to kick their dogs and cats for some reason. I don't know what's going on with Jim Matheson lately, but try and be kind to him as well. Anyways, let's talk about the Oilers and the Anaheim Ducks. They have a match tonight, and this is a rematch of less than a week ago. The Oilers played Anaheim, and they laid an egg. They played really poorly, and Anaheim took advantage of that. They scored a late goal in the third period to go ahead and end up winning the hockey game. The Oilers had leads of 2-0 and 3-1 in that game against the Ducks and ended up losing. Anaheim's kind of playing hot right now. They've beaten the Edmonton Oilers, the New Jersey Devils, and last night they beat the Winnipeg Jets. They are on a 3-game win streak. So this is a team that Edmonton cannot underestimate. This is a team that Oilers fans also cannot underestimate. I think last week I probably didn't give the team enough credit than maybe they deserved for how hard they work and their goaltending, and the fact that if you're not on top of your own game, especially defensively, the Anaheim Ducks, they have really good offensive pieces and they will make you pay. And that's exactly what happened against the Oilers. They took their foot off the gas. They let Anaheim back into the game. Anaheim's goaltending made some saves, and then they were able to come back and win that hockey game. The Oilers tonight, they have to get the lead. They have to hold on to the lead. And if they are pushing and pushing and pushing, do not take your foot off the gas pedal ever. I want to see the Oilers absolutely throttle this Ducks team tonight. Big rematch. I'm hoping for a huge win. Let's discuss the lineups and then my pregame predictions and all the stats. Let me know your game day thoughts in the comment section below. Let me know your game day predictions, your player to watch, number 1, and number 2, your score prediction as well. And if you enjoy these pregame reports, make sure to smash the like button. Make sure to subscribe to the channel if you're not yet subscribed, as we continue to build a terrific hockey community here on YouTube. Now, our projected lineup looks a little bit different than even just a week ago. The Oilers and Chris Knoblauch, they've really shuffled the decks here, and they're doing some interesting things with the lines. We'll see how long these lines stick, but I kind of like the look of them. I did a video on this yesterday, so if you missed it, you can check it out. I'll leave a link to it in the description below. But on the top line, we'll have Ryan Nugent-Hopkins with Connor McDavid and Connor Brown. Yes, Brownie is up with Connor McDavid. I know Chris Knoblauch watches my videos. I know he wants Connor Brown to get a hat trick so that I'm forced to buy a Connor Brown jersey. And it's either a hat trick or 5 points. That was the deal that I made the other night on the live stream. If Connor Brown also gets 5 points in a game, hat trick or not, doesn't matter. I will also get a Brown jersey. So obviously Chris Knoblauch, he's watching. He has Brown with McDavid. And if that ever happens, if Brown does score a hat trick or get 5 points in a game, I actually will buy his jersey. It'll be really funny. It's something that everyone here on the YouTube channel has been pushing for and they've been wanting. And obviously Chris Knoblauch wants that to happen too. He's definitely not doing it to try and get certain players going and try and find depth in his lineup or rewarding players like Brown. It's definitely not that. Can't be that. It has to be all about me and my YouTube channel because I am super, super egotistical on here. Second line, we're going to have Vasily Podkolzin with Leon Draisaitl and Victor Arvidsson. That's the only line that's been pretty consistent over the last week and a half or so. The only line that doesn't seem to get broken up at all. I think Chris Knoblauch really likes the look of that line, and the team, I think, really benefits from that line a lot because that line goes out. They hem the opponents in for a minute and a half. You get the McDavid line out right after, and then they're able to contribute and put a puck in the net every now and then. That Draisaitl line, they are an absolute menace against defenders, and they're the best forechecking line on the entire team. Podkolzin and Arvidsson do all the work along the boards. Draisaitl helps produce the offense. He feeds the defenseman, and he gets some shots on goal as well. Third line, we'll have Zach Hyman with Matthias Janmark and Kasperi Kapanen. Now, I've mentioned in my video yesterday, I do not like Matthias Janmark as the third line center. I don't think playing center is where he should be at all. So it looks like the Oilers are definitely going to be shopping for a third-line center by the trade deadline. Obviously, they're getting some different looks, but that is a big gaping hole that I think Chris Knoblauch is trying to send a message to Jeff Jackson and Stan Bowman, because Clayton Janmark there makes absolutely no sense when you have Adam Henrique. But Adam Henrique, Father Time, not being very nice to him this season. I don't know if it's age-related decline or if it's just a player-related thing, but Adam Henrique has not found his game. He is now centering the fourth line with Jeff Skinner and Corey Perry. Now, I do think Jeff Skinner will benefit with having someone like Henrique on, as his centerman. Jeff Skinner needs a more skilled player to play with, someone that can get him the puck. Adam Henrique is a good puck handler. The problem is that line has absolutely no speed, and they have no one that is like an elite playmaker. So I don't know who you have carrying the puck up the ice. I don't know who you have, dumping it in and chasing it. And I don't know who you have feeding each other to try and shoot it. It's going to be an interesting look with that fourth line. And then Derek Ryan, of course, likely the healthy scratch tonight. On defense, we'll have Matthias Ekholm with Evan Bouchard, the Oilers' top unit. Then you'll have Nurse with Stecher, Kulak with Emberson, and Stuart Skinner gets the start. This was confirmed by Tony Brar yesterday on Twitter or X.com. And Stuart Skinner, he'll get the start today. The Oilers, they play back-to-back. So tomorrow they are in Seattle, and expect Calvin Pickard to get the start tomorrow against the Seattle Kraken. Game day predictions for your Edmonton Oilers. I forgot to change the players to watch. Obviously, Dylan Guenther is not on the Anaheim Ducks. You know what? Let's go Troy Terry on the Ducks. And let's go, you know what? I haven't done Connor McDavid in a while on here. So we're going to go Connor McDavid. McDavid has 9 points in his last 5 games, and he's really started to heat it up lately. So we're going to have Terry with McDavid. Those are my players to watch here. Like I mentioned, Anaheim last night, they beat the Winnipeg Jets. They are 16-7-4 on the season. In their last 10, they are 6-4-0. Expected goals for ranks 31st in the league, 44.02%. Power play ranks 31st, 12.4%. Their penalty kill is 26th at 75%. Goals for per game ranks 30th, 2.51. Goals against per game ranks 17th, 3.05. Corsi for ranks 30th, 46.19%. And shots for ranks 29th at 46.82%. Looking over on the Oilers side, I mean, they are significantly better in pretty much every single statistical category. They're 7-2-1 in their last 10 games, 53.36 expected goals for percentage, which ranks 5th best in the league. Their power play, it was running hot. It didn't, contribute against Utah in a way that it should have to take that game over. It ranks 13th, 22.9%. Their penalty kill continues to run red hot. They rank 23rd at 77%. Goals for per game ranks 9th, 3.27. Goals against per game ranks 11th at 2.84. Corsi for ranks 3rd, 53.59%. And shots for ranks 2nd, 54.76%. My score prediction, I'm going with a big blowout in this one. I'm going 6-2 Oilers. I know I mentioned in the pregame, or not the pregame. This is the pregame. I mentioned at the beginning of the video that maybe the Oilers didn't take this team as seriously as they should have. I think they will have learned from their mistakes. I think Chris Knoblauch is going to have this group shot out of a cannon at puck drop, and I don't think the Oilers are going to look back. I think they're going to absolutely dominate the Anaheim Ducks tonight. However, I'm not saying that Anaheim won't win this game, because they can and they will if Edmonton is not on their game, if they're not playing responsibly in the defensive zone and the neutral zone, and if the Oilers decide to take their foot off the gas if they get an early lead. If the Oilers play to their ability, and we know what their ability is, it should be a 6-2 win for Edmonton. So let's see if it comes to fruition. Like I said, let me know your thoughts in the comments section below. Let me know your game day predictions, all that good stuff. And I may be doing a live stream tonight. I know I said I was going to. Things have changed. There's stuff going on behind the scenes. Not sure if I'll make it, but keep an eye out for it. Just in case, if not tonight, I may live stream tomorrow against the Seattle Kraken. So keep an eye out for that as well. Your support means the world, Oil Country. I love all of you. Make sure you tell someone that you love them. And of course, as always, fight like a kid, fight like Ben. Let's go Oilers.